Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I do appreciate your willingness to allow the chairman and the ranking member of the subcommittee of primary jurisdiction to also have an opening statement and provide members of both sides the opportunity to express their observations from this important set of hearings. Thank you for that cooperation. And even more so, thank you for calling this hearing to review Waxman-Markey, the bill. I've said many times before, and I will say it again today, the most important thing we can do for our agricultural community is to allow the legislative process to work, to take the time to understand the consequences of our actions. There are still many unanswered questions surrounding the Waxman-Markey bill, and yet we have Speaker Pelosi and Chairman Max Waxman working to try and force this thing through Congress by my definition. A 1,000-page bill of this magnitude deserves thoughtful consideration and debate. The committee is familiar with that kind of a process. After all, we only recently completed a 5-year reauthorization of the 2008 Farm Bill. Consider the fact for a moment, because it offers an important contrast from where we are today. For roughly 2 years, this committee held a series of field hearings across the country, multiple hearings on specific titles of the Farm Bill in this very room, and enjoyed bipartisan discussion and collaboration between the members. It took us 2 years to reauthorize a bill that would last for 5 years. But here today, we are to have our first public hearing to consider a bill that is written to last forever. No expiration date, forever. This is a bill that is enormous in size and consequence, that has the potential to permanently damage the standard of living of every man, woman, and child for decades to come. This legislation will span the working lifetime of every young farmer and rancher, with no off-ramps, with no waivers from the negative impacts that it will have on rural economies. And yet, this committee will hold one hearing without a markup in sight, with the Speaker of the House insisting that this bill will be on the House floor for a vote before the 4th of July recess. The cap-and-trade part of the bill creates a national energy tax that will do more harm to production agriculture, American industry, and our standard of living than it will do any good for the environment. From the higher energy costs to lost jobs to higher food prices, cap-and-trade promises to cap our incomes, our livelihoods, our standard of living, while it trades away American jobs and opportunities. Agriculture is a prime target because it's energy intensive. Just this week, the Heritage Foundation released an economic study of how cap-and-trade will impact farmers. That study revealed that by 2035, the average net income for farmers will decrease by 57%. No wonder nearly 50 agricultural groups and food groups have expressed opposition to the bill, with more groups joining the cause every day. They understand that this legislation has the potential to destroy their livelihoods. Proponents of cap-and-trade, our secretaries included in that, would like to claim that agriculture will be a net winner when it comes to climate change legislation. But they have failed to provide us with any numbers to make that case. This bill does not specifically recognize the role that agriculture can play in providing carbon offsets. It does not provide a meaningful way for farmers to participate in carbon tax credit programs. I'm not convinced that agriculture could ever benefit from a cap-and-trade program system. As a lifelong rancher, a student of agricultural economics, as the ranking member of this committee, I cannot support a bill that will damage an industry that consistently provides America and the world with the safest, most abundant, affordable food supply and fiber supply. I cannot support a bill which, despite its magnitude, will be pushed through Congress without any respect to the regular legislative process. We need more hearings, more outreach, more information, more understanding about this bill. Instead, the Speaker's rushing it through Congress. I'm afraid to the detriment of all of us. Again, Chairman, thank you for holding this hearing. I know you didn't have to do it. I realize it presents many challenges, but thank you for the opportunity. Yield back.